Hey you guys, so I want to talk about quantum computing. And if you've seen the post that I've made yesterday and the other day where I was talking about rigetti computing, but that was just that one. Now, it wasn't the only one, but a lot of times I like to try to focus on things that are low cap because it makes it much more attainable for people whether they're investing. Okay, so whether they're trading or they're investing. And so I wanted to look at a few of them, a few that some people brought to my attention, as well as some that I've pretty much been investing in trading forever. Okay. And I say forever, but you know what I mean. Like when they were 50% less than what they are now, $7, $6. And then most recently, um, I've been looking into some more. Someone brought to my attention, I think they said Big Bear AI or Bear AI. I'm gonna look into it. All right. So I'm gonna do a pop up somewhere here to kind of show you guys what I am looking at so that we can get some visuals with this thing, all right? And so the very first one that I want to look at is SoundHound. Now, I've traded this one multiple times over the last, probably since the beginning of the year. I've done a lot of trading in this one as well as getting some shares in it. And so as of right now, over the last 3 months, SoundHound is up 40%, $3.89, okay? Attainable. But you know what? Before we get fully into the rest of them, this is why you even need to be looking into quantum computing. One thing about quantum computing is it is the foundation when it comes to AI's machine learning, whether it's stuff like drug discovery, governmental, and I guess I won't say governmental infrastructure, but if you notice that a lot of government agencies are starting to look into AI for things like supercomputers and facial recognition, also using them in the Pentagon. OpenAI has a partnership with the Pentagon, and so if you see these companies say, they're dealing with government contracts and stuff like that, a lot of time it's for AI, but it's also for other things. But the main focus with quantum computing is the AI sector. The bigger the AI sector gets, okay, the bigger the quantum computing space get because it's used as the foundation in its machine learning process and a number of other things, okay? Now, think about this, not just quantum computing. We'll talk about those stocks in another video, but you also have to look at the data centers that are used for the AI setups, infrastructures, and systems. And you also need to look at the powering plant that use the power company that facilitate AI infrastructure. All right, we'll get to that later. Now, that's just the main thing. And we see where this thing is going with AI. We see how heavily is being invested into. Meta, for one, wants to build an AI data center the size of Central Park. OpenAI, Sam Altman is on this massive run to raise $1 trillion to invest into his AI infrastructure, chip development, supercomputers, and all of the other GPTs that he's looking to build. 3 to 5 years, trillions of dollars will be pushed into it. Imagine what this is going to be in 10 years, just the AI space alone. Okay. And then as the AI space grows, it pours into all of the other type of areas that helps facilitate its growth and help facilitate it being able to run the powering, the machine learning, the quantum computing, and a number of other places. Okay. But right now, quantum computing, a lot of the stocks right now are in 100% buy ratings and hold rating, as well as they're attainable now. SoundHound, for one, $13.59. You can easily buy a stock a day, a stock a week, and just continue to invest in it and let these things grow over time. Okay. Another one is exactly quantum computing. It was the very first one. So if you don't know that, I'm a startup founder in tech. Okay. I have a consumer electronics and a telecommunications startup. Okay. And so a lot of the stuff that I was looking into, like AI and incorporated automation, you start learning more and more and more. And this is 6, 7 years ago. And so you say, okay, this is what facilitates this. This is what allows this to happen. Is it possible for me to invest in a lot of these things, and let's see where it goes? And quantum computing was one of the first things as I began to learn more about AI, the quantum computer space, data centers, and all of that. So this was one of the first ones that was on my radar. Okay. And so this one right now is sitting at $16.24. And over the last 3 months, it is up damn near 100%, 98.29%, $8.05. Okay. This right here has been one of my first. It's been one of the ones I've held for the longest. I've traded it, of course, called and puts. Hey, whichever way I see the charts telling me that I need to play this thing, that's what it is. Okay. So long-term investing and trading. Okay. We're not just talking about investing or just trading. We're talking about both here, but mainly investing because we're talking about holding for the long term. All right. Now let's look at IonQ. This one is sitting at $41.78. It is up 32% over the last 3 months, and that is $10.35. Okay, so still a little bit higher than the others, still attainable. Okay, this is one of those ones that we could potentially see pushing on up to that $55-$60 range by the end of the year. Now, looking at quantum, we could be seeing this, go back to 20, go back to 25, go to 30, but we still got some hurdles that this thing got to get over before it can even get there. Soundhouse in at 13. When I first got into this one, it was $6, $7. Okay, it will continue to grow. It will always pull back. Every stock does, but in the long run, it pushes up. My whole thing is that if I got this at 13.59, it pulls back to 10. I'm buying more and I'm averaging down. It pulls back to 8. I'm buying more. It's averaging down. And as it goes back, I can see my investment really begin to push back up because I simply averaged down with buying more of the stock that I already had. Okay, I did a video on my YouTube where you can find where I talk about averaging down. It's just pretty much lowering your initial investment costs from what you originally put in. Right, I won't go too much into that right now, but yeah. So let's go to our next one, which was Rigetti Computing, which is the one that I talked about the other day, and I posted the screenshot to say, hey, keep this one on your radar. This has been one of my favorites over these last, I want to say 6-7 months. Okay, this one on the last 3 months is up 50%. On the last 3 months, $5.19. Okay, this is another one, long term hold, easily attainable right now, $15.50. This one hits 20, it's going to 20, 25, it's going to 30, it's going to 40. Once we get, over hurdles and over time, as AI begins to grow, as the investments begin to pour into it, we will begin to see these things pushing up. So you see good news on investment on AI, then come and check the quantum computing stocks because you may also see the reactions to that also pouring over here. Okay, hope you got that. Now let's look at the next one. D-Wave Quantum, currently sitting at $16.99. Now, for this one, on the last 3 months, it is up 72%, $7.14. Okay, this is just another one to add to your watch list. All right, and this one has been pushed up to 100% buy rating. And if I'm not mistaken, it was like a 50-50 buy and hold, and it's currently at 100%. And a lot of times those can mean a number of things. It's just a matter of you taking the time to look into these stocks, look into their back end, look into their fundamentals. If you're trading, of course, look into the chart, earnings, and all of these things that they have. But the fundamental part of this is on the back end, okay? And everything that could result in these stocks increasing, okay? So those right there were just some that I wanted to add to your radar. D-Wave, Rigetti, IonQ, quantum computing, and SoundHound. So I'm going to look into the other ones, okay? Because someone brought a couple of them to my attention. BigBear.ai, that was the other one that someone asked me about. I have not actually looked into this one. I have heard it, but I never actually looked into it or traded, and I haven't bought anything on this one. So this was actually my weekend assignment to look into Big Bear, get some information on it, and pretty much just see where this thing is possibly going. And also, over the last 3 months, it's up 115%, 118%, $3.88. So, damn, something worth looking into. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be looking into that one as well as pretty much adding it to my trade plan or investment plan versus the trade. I got to kind of see how this thing moves. So, Rigetti has earnings coming up on the 12th. So if you decide to trade it, keep earnings in mind. That's on Tuesday, okay? So if you traded on Monday, Tuesday, just kind of keep in mind that they do have earnings so that you can take that into account before you enter in trade. So that was all I have for you guys on that, all right? Definitely wanted to put that on your radar. See where AI is going. We see how it is taking YouTube, not YouTube, but social media by storm. But just know, and then in the charts and on the market, it goes beyond what we're seeing on social media. It's about how they're integrating it, where they're integrating, where the contracts are going, where the money is being poured into, where the most VCs are putting in, mostly AI and technology companies, but the main ones that are dealing with the AI, artificial intelligence, automation, you will see billions pumped into these startups. So you see news on that, run to the charts, check out anything pertaining to AI, data centers, um, energy, or electricity, rather, that helps you understand that better. And then, of course, the quantum computing. Everything that is tied to AI in any manner, come to the charts and look at those, and you will probably see the effects of that news pouring into these companies. But these are just some quantum computing ones that I wanted to go over, and some do what you will. Don't forget to do your own research before you make your decision. And yeah, let me know how you guys decide to get into that. If you have any questions about it, of course, I'm going to try to share more on them, as far as whether I'm investing in some others to keep on your radar, others to check out for trading or investing, and just kind of keep this thing going. So I will see you guys in the next.